Hey guys, it's Maxie here, and welcome to what is going to be my final Football Manager YouTube save. And no better place to have a final save than at, well, the club I support, of course, that is Motherwell Football Club. So yeah, after 20 years of management games, I'm feeling this is probably going to be my last year in them, so why not finish it all off in style at Motherwell. Of course, I will still be doing my usual saves offline. But in terms of YouTube, I felt it's a good way to go out. We've done a lot of Scottish content on the channel regarding Football Manager stuff. We've been Rangers, we've been Dunfermline as well, and of course we had the stint at Porto. But I feel like Motherwell's a good place, and yeah, I'm just hoping we can replicate what I'd done on the stream back in FM15, which was quite a lot. So it's going to be interesting. The plan, of course, as you can tell with the thumbnail, is basically to go with the team at the moment, which is of course the youngsters, the young team as they call them. So I'm looking forward to bringing through the likes of them. We'll go through the team in detail in this video, but that's pretty much the aim. Initially we'll be just looking to survive, gain a bit of money, put that money in towards youth recruitment, training facilities, etc. Make the club, infrastructure as successful as possible, and then from there we'll look to build up the table, hopefully win a cup or two, move on to challenging the likes of Celtic and Rangers for league championships, progress there hopefully into Europe, and of course the final is to try and of course win the Champions League with as many homegrown products as possible. A lot of saves, I've tended to go with loan signings, I've tended to bring players in. I want to try and promote as much as we can from within. We'll try a lot of the current crop we've got in this team, but then we'll also move on and look to bring in, the new gens that are coming through and fully develop them. So a few things we're going to cover in this video is just an introduction, basically go over the kind of early fixtures, what we're planning to implement at the club. Obviously you can see what we're bringing in, small things with finances, and how certain things can dictate the future of Motherwell Football Club. So I'm just going to start off, you can see there in the top right hand corner, the first live play, as you will, we'll record that gameplay footage live, will of course be the Lanarkshire Derby, Motherwell versus Airdrie in the Betfred Cup. It's given us Stenhousemuir away, Airdrie at home, which is fair enough, a trip to Ayr, which could be tricky, and we've also been given Premier League St Mirren as a fourth team at home, so not an easy group by any means, especially when players are still finding fitness. We're now only going to play two friendlies against Brøndby and Toledo, so it'll be interesting. But as I say, we'll likely have game one as Airdrie, and I'd imagine game two will likely be that match against St Mirren, and then we'll probably have game three as Hamilton. That would be the first home league game after a tricky trip to Hibernian. So what I'm going to look to do in this save, normally I just pick one tactic and go with it. Tends to just the way I play FM, but I'm looking here to basically make three tactics. We'll have a home tactic, an away tactic, and we'll have a tactic for playing against Old Firm. Just initially, we'll have to be sensible. We know that Celtic and Rangers' budgets are surpassed what we've got as a football club, so we'll look to basically, win the battle, as Stephen Robinson likes to say, and then hopefully go. So the team, let's look at that first. You can see here it's pretty young. We've only got two players over 30, and they're both loanees, Connor Salmon and of course Ross McCormack. Looking forward to using him in FM, see how we can make use out of him. The good thing is there's a lot of versatile players in this team as well. But the players we'll be looking to really push on will be the likes of David Turnbull, James Scott, Alan Campbell, Jake Hastie, Chris Cadden, Adam Livingston, all the ones up the top there. We'll be looking to push them through as much as we can, especially the big boosting stats David Turnbull's had. So we'll just got to look at him. You can see here, passing's great, technique's good, first touch, flair, obviously work on his physical side of the game, but 18 years of age, that's just one of the many players that's going to be onto something. Alan Campbell, what we'll have to look out for as well, he's already looking pretty damn decent. Bournemouth are looking at him, so if he's someone that we can maybe keep at the club for a couple of seasons, he could be someone, because of the way the inflation works in the game, that we could be looking at £4 or £5 million for him. Not quite realistic, when I imagine Motherwell would probably settle for about 800k, 900k, but just the way they inflate the prices in FM, I don't particularly see Scotland going that way. But we'll try and get the best out of Hastie as well. Maybe not as developed great in this particular save, but he's someone that I feel we can definitely look to improve, and his versatility will be a major plus. Worryingly, if I just quickly go to the expires list, you're looking here at quite a lot of the team will be leaving, or possibly leaving the end of the season. I'd imagine we'll definitely lose McCormack. Probably the same with Tom Aldred, unfortunately. We'll see how the likes of Grimshaw, McHugh, and Alex Rodriguez do. It's Alex Rodriguez, got not Alejandro Rodriguez. It's just what we're used to saying, but I'll be calling him Rodriguez Gorin, so if anybody gets confused, that's why. Richard Tate will be quite happy to have a new contract too. Versatility is fantastic. I think we'll probably show Curtis May in the door. We'll probably give Craig Tanner a new contract. He's out for the first year, 11 to 12 months, with a cruciate ligament injury. Chris Cadden, that'll be the main one, just ensuring he's tied up. But it'll be interesting to see how we can push forward the likes of Gaboli Aribe as well, on loan from Nottingham Forest, someone I feel could certainly do a good turn for us. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see, use the versatility and the flexibility of the likes of Charles Dunn as well, and maybe get a few appearances from Liam Donnelly as well. We drop into the reserves, a few that we've got kind of decent hopes for, I'd imagine. You can see here, Rhys McClure seems to be the one from the 16 age group. Rowan Ferguson will try and push through, Jamie Semple as well. And there's quite a few that are out in loan. Shea Gordon, there's a good chance for him. I'd imagine there'll be a few that will probably get released. Unfortunately, I think Aaron Taylor Sinclair will be someone that won't feature for us at all. But yeah, so it's a good crop, good young players. We'll try and give as many of them an opportunity as we can. And there's even more coming in the Motherwell pipeline, but unfortunately, due to their age, just not available to be included in this particular official database. But maybe in future FMs. Just the way it works out. Coaching staff wise, it is pretty much standard Motherwell at the moment, so we're backed up by Keith Lasley. Head of Youth Development will be Stevie Hamill. We'll have Craig Hinchcliffe as goalkeeping coach, and Andy Bowles doing fitness. Decent scouting network as well, but we're looking to bring in some more coaches and maybe some people to work with Maurice Ross and David Clarkson at reserve and under 18 level. Just really ensuring that our players, while we're going to offer them as much facility money as we can, pumping in a lot of money into that. We'll be looking obviously to recruit as many good coaches as we can, just to fully help our development and ensure we've got the creme de la creme popping up from development. Now, one last thing before I crack on. Financially, 1.5 million in the bank, that's not too bad, although we do have a bit of debt. We'll cover that in a minute. 10k transfer budget won't get used, and the wage budget, I'm pretty much going to go with what we've got at the moment unless someone outstanding pops up. I'm quite keen to go with what we've got. Just under 40k in the scouting as well, but more so we'll be looking at maybe Bosman's for next season. In terms of our debt, it is 1.5 million, but most of that is payable in the next 9 seasons, so we'll probably write that off. That's all basically gift loans from Les Hutchison. As I say, he's been matching any funds that have been given to the Welsh Society. Of course, more will be fan owned, so that'll be interesting to see how that works in the game as well. But I'd imagine with the amount of time it's given us, especially with 2 loan payments, going to be finished by the end of the first season. That really, if you're lucky, we're 25k a month in debt. I think we should be quite fine to clear that quite convincingly. So last thing as well that can of course dictate whether we do well is our sell-ons. So if we do sell Trevor Carson, we're going to give 40% of the profit. So 40% effectively to Hartlepool. But in terms of ins, if Ben Hennigan goes, we get 15% of his. Jack McMillan is transferred from Livingston, Partick Thistle, sorry, is that now? We get 25%. In fact, I believe Jack's actually just on loan from Livingston. Yep, so it'll be a transfer from Livy onwards. And if Lamo leaves Preston for big money, then hopefully we get 25% of that profit. So hopefully goes for a good amount. But disappointed there isn't a sell on Cedric Kipre. I think he goes big money in this game. I've seen him go for 8 million before. I'd like a wee bit of that. But if it's not happens in real life, that's cool. If it is, then it's just a shame we're going to miss out on it. Overall, I'm pretty optimistic. As I say, we'll cover a few tactics in the next, as I say, couple of weeks of pre-season, and hopefully we can kick on, have a good, successful season. Personally, just targeting, get as many younger players as much football as possible. I can take 9th, 10th place, quite clear the relegation and the relegation playoff spot, and a good cup run, and I'll be fairly happy. So this is it. Thank you for watching the introduction. This has been the intro to Motherwell Football Club, the young team, as they are known, or as the next generation is known. as I say, this will be my final YouTube save for Football Manager 19. I'll still be on YouTube, I'll just not be doing FM stuff. As I say, I'll be moving away from it, hopefully. But cheers always for watching, much appreciated. Share the videos if you can with your friends. Any likes and comments, much appreciated. As always, take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and catch you for that episode 2 of that Hampshire derby against Airdrie. See you later, bye bye.